Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to another edition of It Takes Two, where we explore romantic issues and marital issues that are presented to us. I have to my left my co-host, Sister Ruby Sowa. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Alaikum assalam.
And to my immediate right, I have Sayyid Musli. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyid.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah bless you.
Thank you very much. So if it's okay, we can just jump into the first scenario straight away. So I have a letter, and it reads, Dear It Takes Two, I've been married for less than a year. I recently been finding myself regretting the choice I made in regards to choosing the woman I have married. We have communicated our wants and our desires from the first day that we began our courtship. My wife, however, has acted against my wishes and has done the most unforgivable thing. Due to financial constraints, we decided to delay having children. In all honesty, I am not ready to be a father. My wife was well aware of this. However, she took it upon herself to tamper with several forms of birth control we were using. I am struggling to forgive this deceit. I no longer trust her, and I can barely look at her, let alone go anywhere near her. She disgusts me. Very emotional letter from an anonymous viewer in Canada. Wow. Said, there are a number of issues that come up based on that letter that the brother has presented us. What are the first things that comes to mind in terms of addressing their issues?
This letter is completely not accepted. I mean, this man has written his words when he was angry. And I cannot at all accept what he has written, because his wife did not do any wrong. It is not his decision that his wife becomes pregnant or not. He is concerned about his own health, but she is having her full right to be pregnant or not to be pregnant. Islam does not give the husband the right to prevent his wife from becoming pregnant, as far as she didn't do anything wrong. He does not want the child. It is not for him only, because she is also the mother to be.
Yes.
She has got the right to be mother. And the husband has no right to prevent his wife from becoming a mother. So if he says, I don't want children, okay, that is your problem. That's your issue. But if she wants children, he cannot stop her. If she did not do anything wrong, and he is writing that she did unforgettable. What wrong?
Strong terminology.
Very strong, very extreme.
Could it be to do with the possible deceit? If, as he's saying, if they've agreed as a couple that they would pursue a certain course, and as a wife and a husband they've agreed, okay, this is what we will pursue, and then it's come to his attention that the wife has gone against those wishes, in a way of not being straight with him.
That also needs evidence. He cannot put allegation on her that she deceived him. No. He thinks that we need to listen, hear from her what she says. Many times both couples try not to have children, then children
still born.
Yes. That is not the first case. Millions of cases when both of them don't want children, Allah wants. When it happens, no one has right to put allegation on the other that she has cheated him. No, she did not cheat him. No evidence. Number one, she has right. And there is no point and no ground to take the right of the wife from having children whenever she wants. So I advise this brother to cool down, number one, and to understand, number two, his rights and her rights. It is within her rights to be a mother.
Okay. I want to just stop it there. There is something I want to come back to, but I just want to bring in Sister Ruby for a moment.
I'm so happy to hear what the Sheikh has said. Of course, I'm in agreement with what the Sheikh says. It is when you're in a marriage, females have rights too, and one of the rights is to become mothers. I think what the Sheikh was saying, and what I think, is that there was a communication issue. He was mentioning financial. He didn't feel that he was ready to be a father. Listen, this happens a lot. When you become parents, nobody's ready. You don't get a book that tells you everything that's going to happen in life. Allah is the best of planners. They're married. It's not like this has happened outside of marriage. It's a blessing, and I think, Allah says that He provides for everybody.
It doesn't sound like he isn't acting blessed, is he?
He's not acting blessed.
Angry.
I think he's angry.
Gone against his wishes.
Well,
couples need to communicate. He's communicated his desire, and she's done
they
something.
have done that, and she also has a desire, and it's her right to have children, and Allah will provide. The biggest deceit ever is ridiculous. Nothing haram has happened here. Biggest deceit. He's angry. He needs to calm down. It is her right. It's not fair. I think the issue is just communication. The child's now going to be here. They need to move on from it.
You say communication. What do you mean by that?
Well, they had a chat. For whatever reason, she decided that she wanted to become a mother. We don't even know what happened. Like the Sheikh said, maybe Allah decided.
Said.
Yeah, sorry, Sayyid
and
said.
Also, sorry, to add here that the financial constraint cannot justify preventing the mother or the wife from becoming a mother, because this issue of financial constraint is clearly mentioned in Quran, that those who fear poverty avoid having children, Allah will grant sustenance for them and for their children to come. They should not stop having children just because of financial constraint. In fact, the child comes, and Allah will send provisions for the child when the child comes.
We see this a lot in life, when you try and plan everything perfectly and then something happens. I think what the brother needs to do is calm down.
Does he have a right to be angry? Is it healthy anger, or is he expressing it?
Everybody, the way this is, as the Sayyid said, this is beyond anger now. This is ridiculous. He may have been shocked. It might be the way he's trying to express himself. But to use the language that he has used is very, very overboard. He has a right to his feelings.
It sounds like a hurt person speaking.
He is a hurt person, but Allah's the best of planners. This is in a halal situation. No one can plan everything perfectly. I think he needs to just, get over it. And
okay, let me, if I may, push the boat out just a little bit, just to explore it a little bit deeper. I'm thinking that in this world, it's not only the financial aspect of being a father or being a parent in general,
right?
But there is that emotional aspect of when a person feels, man or woman, I feel ready to have children because of where I'm in, whether it's in my career or just psychologically or emotionally. And if it's something that you speak about before you get married, and then you feel, okay, this one party, because it could have worked either way.
Life is not perfect, Brother Bilal. Life is not perfect. And if we wait for everything, the right moment will be extinct. I think we understand he's probably, who knows, trying to raise money, get a mortgage, who knows. But this situation is now here. We don't have time to be angry. We need to be blessed and hope that the pregnancy goes well.
Inshallah.
And move on from that. They're in a marriage. I mean, it's a perfect place for this to happen. It's in a marriage, it's halal, and they both have rights. Okay, they had a discussion, it didn't work. Okay, there's worse things to be, but he needs to calm down. I think
I can feel it for both parties. I can feel it because for a wife to agree to something, and then if we're going by what he's saying, because obviously there's two sides to the story, so we can only talk about what is being presented. For a wife to feel that urge, that
but it's her right. She's in a marriage. It's her right to have children. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No. My point is that I feel it for both parties, because for a wife to do something again behind her husband's back, even if it is
well, maybe they've been married for 10 years and we don't know how long they're married for.
We don't know.
But I think he needs to calm down.
What say you?
I'd like to add also, for this brother and every parent who sometimes show that they are unhappy with the pregnancy. Number one, it is not in your hands. It is he who decides. He decides. All the precautions do not mean no children.
Definitely true.
It is in his hands.
For sure.
Number two, wait for 2 years or less. You will see after 2 years what love you will have to the child that you didn't accept when the child was created. All parents, after the birth of the child, few months after that, when the child is, say, 1 year, the attachment between them and the child makes them forget all that past. Because that is something from God, the relationship between the parents and the child. Now, this brother should not do injustice to his innocent wife. The wife did not create the child. Allah created the child. And the wife has got right. If she deliberately did that, she has the right.
To deliberately do that?
Yes, she can. Deliberately. She can. In Islam, if the husband says no, and the wife says, I want a child, Islam says it is her right.
Okay. May I pose a question, say?
Yes, please.
What about in the situation where the husband says, not right now, no, and the wife says, okay, not right now, no, and then she still goes ahead in that situation? Okay. We don't know the facts, but we generalize now for others
here
who
we
are
have
watching.
An issue of not fulfilling a promise. If she promises him that, okay, I will not. In this case, how to prove that she did it deliberately?
Exactly.
How to prove it?
With malice.
We have no mean to prove that. So I would like to request this brother to be more fair and not to victimize his wife, because he has written that she disgusting to him, which is very, very strong word.
I think it's the actions, what she's done is really
hit a passionate part of him that he seems welled up.
It's just language. It's just language.
No, it is not fair at all. Being a Muslim, I believe that he's a Muslim because he's writing to SafeerTV. So it is not fair at all to blame your wife. It is He, Allah, who created the child. You should thank Allah, even if you are not ready now mentally, emotionally. Leave it on Allah.
Okay.
Because the wisdom of Allah who created that child is much more than your wisdom.
For sure.
Really it is. And sometimes you get the answer later, as the Sayyid said, you know, when the child comes, maybe you look back and say, oh, I see the hikmah, the wisdom behind it. But I think I, as a woman, I understand his frustration that he may feel that she didn't stick to her side of the bargain. But everyone needs to cool down and move forward.
We pray for them that they're for a healthy birth for their child, and we pray that inshallah that he will bond with that child even before the child is born. Inshallah. If it's okay with yourselves, I'll move on to the next scenario. Okay. So the next letter we have is. It reads, "It takes two. I want to divorce my wife. I believe she has lied to me. Before we got married, she told me that she was a virgin. I suspect, despite her denial, that she was not. Denying meaning she holding on to her claim. I did not have my suspicions beforehand because I noticed I did have my suspicions beforehand because I noticed a couple of things. An example was that she would walk in a particular way that was not virginal. Islamically, can I get divorced? Now, that's one question, can I get divorced? But there seems to be a number of very relevant issues to discuss. What would you like to say first of all, Said?
Number one, this person is having doubts without real evidence, and he cannot put such allegation on his wife that she was not a virgin. And the example that he has given is ridiculous. It is baseless.
Sorry,
the way
we don't
she didn't
have
walk
at all such evidence that the way she walks, that is not there at all. From where he brought this? We don't have at all any way of proving virginity by the way of walking at all. So this brother is having doubts which are not proved, not supported by any evidence. He should fear God. He should not doubt his wife without evidence.
He seems to have would read that he had doubts before they got married, and she had to enforce her status.
His doubts either supported with evidence or not supported. If there was an evidence, he should mention the evidence. No evidence. That's why what he mentioned, which should be his strongest argument, is the way of walking, which is baseless.
We wouldn't say there's evidence. You might say it's a hypothesis. It's just an idea.
It's not even a hypothesis. It's void. It's ridiculous.
Not at all.
What say you, Sister Ruby? Help us out. Help us out.
I'm so angry with the letter stuff, and what I'm thinking about it. He was probably from a different culture. People in the West who would listen to that letter will think, what kind of a letter that is that? Why is that relevant? I think the fact that he had doubts, if he had doubts, as the Sayyid said, he needed to raise them before all of this issue of walking from a medical perspective, that's null and void. There's no such thing. You cannot prove somebody's this way or another way by the way they walk. And I would say, in our faith, it is very important to keep pure and, keep yourself for marriage for the pleasure of Allah. First of all, that's between you and Allah. If you have any doubts and if anything has happened, again, Allah's the best of judges. So if he has any questions, how is that helpful now? I mean, how is this? Why does he wants to divorce somebody because he has a doubt with no evidence?
So and he is writing that she lied to me.
It's an accusation.
Where's the lie here? Where's the lie?
So just a question, Said. Is it an Islamic requirement that a woman has to be a virgin to be married in Islam?
No. You see, in Islam, virginity is not a condition in marriage at all. The virgin can marry, the non-virgin can marry. The difference is that the virgin needs the approval of her father or paternal grandfather for her marriage, the virgin. While the non-virgin does not need approval of her father or her grandfather, and she can decide herself.
Okay.
Otherwise, no condition at all. But if she has told him that I am a virgin, and then he discovered that she was not virgin. Discovered means with evidence, not with doubt.
Not with about walking or anything.
No. Real evidence, like say medical checkup. Something which is accepted by the experts. In that case, of course, even bleeding is not an evidence that she is
I was going to say from a medical perspective, no.
Many cases that the bleeding doesn't take place.
For sure.
Exactly.
But she is still virgin.
Yeah.
Because of doctors, they know that the reasons for that.
Yes.
So if there is a concrete evidence that she is not virgin, the husband has got right of the difference in the mahr, dowry, difference between the mahr of the virgin and the mahr of the non-virgin. For example, if the mahr was £1,000 and the non-virgin mahr is 800, so he has got the right of that difference, £200. For example, I mean, the difference in the mahr between the virgin and other virgin, but he has no right to divorce her.
Not on those grounds.
No. He has no right. That also, if there is a concrete evidence, not only doubts.
I was going to say, this is a very big, important issue in a lot of cultures, especially Middle Eastern cultures, Indian, Pakistani cultures as well. The issue of, especially for ladies, before they get married, they should be pure for their husbands, etc. So I'm thinking he's probably...
Even that term, pure.
Well, that's what virgin means. If you look in the dictionary, it's quoted as being pure.
Isn't a Muslim always pure?
Well, I don't know, Bilal. Are they always pure? I don't know. But my issue is, I think what he means is many men expect that when they get married for the first time that the woman is a virgin. That's what they would expect. And I don't know. I think it's such a personal question. I would hope the woman would have fear of Allah and would be accountable to Allah. I think it's such a loaded question. It's almost embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed if somebody said that.
Yeah, I mean,
to me,
it's a very sensitive. It is a very sensitive topic. I wanted to ask something else about this scenario to you both. What if the wife is telling the truth?
What if she is?
Yeah. And
then alhamdulillah.
What's your thoughts about the situation? What's your reflections?
Well, if she is telling the truth, I'm really happy because she's doing whatever Allah requests her to do. And if she's not, that's between her and her Lord. I don't want to judge anybody. I don't know their situation. I'm not.
No, I meant in a sense of her relationship with her husband. Can it be, hopefully, inshallah, resolved?
Well, how would you prove it afterwards? You've been married. There's no way you can. There are some scientific ways. I don't think he's going to spend money to go to
extreme, right?
To go and check. Why? What's the issue? If you had doubts, you needed to voice them. And the fact that you had doubts, but you still got married, what were you trying to prove?
Adding on also a point that many men, as many women, are suspicious. And suspicion itself sometimes is unhealthy. So some men, they think always bad. They have doubt without any evidence. So if this person is doubting his wife without any concrete evidence, he should go and take consultation from those who can help him to come out of the state of suspicion. Because suspicion itself, when it goes beyond the evidences, can be
dangerous.
Something, harming both of them.
Do you know, I believe in the Quran that it says sometimes suspicion can be like a sin.
Yes, إِنَّ بَعْضَ الظَّنِّ إِثْمٍ. Yes. Some of the suspicion is sinful.
In a scenario like this, would the verse of that nature apply to maybe situations like this if it becomes extreme? Or?
No doubt. If he puts allegation on his wife that his wife did something wrong, because saying that she is not virgin, that does not mean wrong, because many females lose their virginity while exercising,
riding a bike,
riding bicycle, or playing sports.
Yeah.
Possible. And that is proven. But if he says that she lost her virginity because of some wrong behavior, I mean, she committed, for example, fornication, that is a very dangerous sin to put allegation on her. And if he does not prove it, he, according to Islamic rules, must be punished. He must be punished because he has put allegation on an innocent female without full evidence.
So this is like damaging somebody's reputation.
Well, it could, the family as well. Imagine if the girl's family here, if this was in the Middle East, this would be really quite shameful. It would have big ramifications. And this can destroy lives. It happens a lot. I've seen it. Just, an allegation's made and it tarnishes the girl forever. And so he needs to be careful. I think he needs to fear Allah a little bit.
Inshallah.
Subhanallah.
We're just coming up to a break. Sayyid, if you'd like to just summarize, what would be the best way forward for this young brother? For
this gentleman who is doubting his wife, I would like to advise him to leave the doubt aside and take a piece of paper and write if he has any evidence which can stand as a proof. If he has no evidence, he should not have any doubt, and he should seek help from Allah to make him away from the satanic whispering, because one of the satanic whisperings is to doubt the innocent, and his wife is innocent unless and until he has got full evidence of that.
Okay, so the brother needs to make dua, read Nas and Falak and trust in, put his trust in Allah, inshallah. Okay, we're going to stop for a short break and we hope to see you on the other side of It Takes Two. Assalamu alaikum.